Good morning, students. Here, Neela ma'am from SKM Public School. Students, today I am going to teach you Civics chapter number 6, that is Understanding Media. And Advertising. So, chapter is Understanding Media. So today you are going to learn about what is media, changing technology, media and money, role of media in democracy. In this chapter there are also other subtopics: media, ethics and accountability, what is advertising, what are brands, then advertisement and social values. So let's learn about Civics chapter number 6, Understanding Media. So media, first of all, what is media? Media refers to all means of communication. It describes various ways through which we communicate in society. TV, radio and newspapers are some media forms that reach millions of people across the world. Thus, they are called mass media. So here media refers to various means of communication. For example, television, radio and the newspaper are different types of media. The term can also be used as a collective noun for the press or news, reporting agencies, the computer world. Media is also known as collective noun here. Okay, so we will learn about media and technology. Newspapers and magazines are the print media, while TV and radio are the electronic media. The naming is related to the different technologies that the media use. So changing technology over the years, the technology changed the print media, became the new means of communication. The printed press introduced by here John Gutenberg in 1453 marked the beginning of the revolution. In the print media. So changing technology for machines and making them more modern help media to reach more people. It also improves the quality of sound and the images that you see. Television has brought the world closer to us as it allows us to view news and entertainment channels from other parts of the world also. So the printing press introduced by John Gutenberg in 1453 has brought revolution in print media. For a couple of centuries, newspapers became easily available in only 19th century. In the 20th century, technology such as printing, record pressing and film duplication led to the duplication of books also. So here you can see pictures of print media and electronic media. Both are important. And do you know, student, first dated printed book known as Diamond Sutra was printed in China in 868 AD. Then, what is electronic media? Technology not only improves the quality. Electronic media technology not only improves the quality but also brings about a change in our thinking. Today we can't imagine a life without TV, mobiles and internet. The TV and internet, which use satellite and cable technology, have helped to bring images from across the globe to our homes. So students, you look at this picture. This is print media and electronic media. So about media and technology, we can say it would be probably difficult for you to imagine your life without the media, but cable television and the widespread use of the internet is a recent phenomena. These have been around for less than 20 years. The technology that mass media uses keeps changing. So mass media means of communication are here: TV, radio and newspapers. These are some media forms that reach millions of people across the world. Therefore, they are called mass media. And these have been around for less than 20 years. The technology that mass media uses keeps changing. Newspapers, television and radio can reach millions of people because they use certain technologies. We also tend to discuss newspapers and magazines as the print media and TV and radio as the electronic media. So in print media, what is here? Newspapers and magazines as the print media and the TV and radio as the electronic media. Why do you think newspapers are called print media? Yes, as you read further, you will find that this naming is related to the different technologies that these media use. The following here given photographs will give you a sense of the ways in which technology that mass media uses has changed over the years and continues to change. In your NCERT Civics books at page number 70, you will see a picture. The collage is given on page number 70 and you will look at the collage on page number 70 of your textbook and you will list 6 various kinds of media that you see. When you will look at the picture which is at page number 70 in your civics book, you will see there the pictures of television, radio, internet, mobile, newspaper and magazines. So changing technology or machines and making technology more modern helps media to reach more people. It also improves the quality of sound and the images that you see. But technology does more than this. It also changes the ways in which we think about our lives. For example, today it is quite difficult for us to think of our lives without television and phone also. Television has enabled us to think of ourselves as members of a larger global world. Television images travel huge distances through satellites and cables. This allows us to view news and entertainment channels from other parts of the world. Most of the cartoons that you see on your television are mostly from Japan or the United States. We can now be sitting in Chennai or Jammu and we can see images of a storm that has hit the coast of Florida in the United States. Television has brought the world closer to us. Then there is media and money. Yes, in bringing news or a favorite program to your homes, a number of technicians like cameraman, lightman, sound recordist, etc., and several artists or news readers are required. This is like any other professions in which people have to be paid for their services rendered. Therefore, the mass media requires a lot of money to run its operations. The most popular method used to earn money by mass media that is so mass media earn money by advertising different things like cars, chocolates, clothes, mobile phones, etc. So they earn by advertising different things. So here media and money. The different technologies that mass media use are expensive. Just think about the TV studio in which the news reader sits. It has lights, cameras, sound recorders, transmissions, satellites, etc., all of which cost a lot of money. You already know. In our news studio, it is not only the news reader who needs to be paid, but also a number of other people who help put the broadcast together. This includes those who look after the cameras and lights. Also, as you read earlier, the technologies that mass media use keep changing, and so a lot of money is spent on getting the latest technology. Due to these costs, the mass media needs a great deal of money to do its work. So, as a result, most television channels and newspapers are part of big business houses. Mass media is constantly thinking of ways to make money. One way in which the mass media earns money is by advertising different things like cars, chocolates, clothes, mobile phones, and other advertisements. You must have noticed the number of advertisements that you have to see while watching your favorite television show. While watching a cricket match on TV, the same advertisements are shown repeatedly between each over, and so you are often watching the same image over and over again. As you will read in the next chapter, advertisements are repeated in the hope that you will go out and buy what is advertised. Yes, students, can you list 3 different products that are advertised during your favorite TV program? Okay, if you find any 3 different products that are advertised during your favorite TV program, you will write in your notebook. Okay, you will write in your notebook. This will you will do yourself. And you will also take a newspaper and count the number of advertisements in it. Some people say that newspapers have too many advertisements. Do you think this is true, and why? Yes? You will do it yourself. Okay? You will count how many advertisements are there in your favorite newspaper. So you will find that newspaper will have too many advertisements. The reason is that every newspaper is published by a private publishing house as a business to earn profit. So unless there will be more advertisements, they will not earn profit. Then there is role of media in democracy. So media plays an important role in a democracy. It enlightens and empowers the people. Access to information is essential to the health of democracy for 2 reasons, and they are as follows. First is, it ensures that citizens make responsible, informed choices rather than acting out of ignorance or misinformation. Information serves as a check by ensuring that elected representatives uphold their oaths of office and carry out the wishes of those who elected. It is in providing this information that the media plays an important role. Media can present a balanced report only when the media channel is independent. It should not be under the control and influence of anybody in the coverage of its news. In most democracies, laws have been enacted to give ample freedom to the journalists and ordinary citizens to access information on government policies. So in a democracy, we can say that the media plays a very important role in providing news and discussing events taking place in the country and the world. It is on the basis of this information that citizens can, for example, learn how government works, and often, if they wish to, they can take action on the basis of these news stories. Some of the ways in which they can do this is by writing letters to the concerned minister, organizing a public protest. Yes, what is public protest here? Its meaning is when a large number of people come together and openly state their opposition to some issue. Organizing a rally, starting a signature campaign, blocking roads, etc. are some of the ways in which this is done. Public protest is done by organizing a rally, starting a signature campaign, blocking roads, etc. So when a large number of people come together and openly state their opposition to some issue, so this is called public protest. Starting a signature campaign, so we can say कि some of the ways in which they can do this is by writing letters to the concerned minister, organizing a public protest, starting a signature campaign, asking the government to rethink its program, etc. It is important that the information be balanced. Let us understand what we mean by a balanced media report by reading two versions of the same news event given in your NCERT book here at page number 74. You can read these two news: crackdown on polluting factories, protesters block roads and disrupt traffic, then closure of factories causes unrest. So you will read both these news published. Yes, this is report by two versions of the same news events. Two versions of the same news event. The fact is that if you had read either newspaper, you would only know one side of the story. If you had read the News of India, you would mostly likely think of the protesters as a nonsense here, disrupting traffic and continually polluting the city with their factories, leaves you with a bad impression about them. But on the other hand, if you had read the story in the India Daily, you would know that the protests are because a lot of livelihoods will be lost if the factories close, because the relocation efforts have not been adequate. Neither of these stories is a balanced report. A balanced report is one that discusses all points of view of a particular story and then leaves it to the readers to make up their minds. So writing a balanced report, however, depends on the media being independent. And independent media means that no one should control and influence its coverage of news. No one should tell the media what can be included and what should not be included in the news story. And independent media is important in a democracy. So it is on the basis of the information that the media provides that we take action as citizens. So it is important that this information is reliable and not biased. So however, the reality is that media is far from independent. This is mainly because of two reasons. The first is the control that the government has on the media. When the government prevents either a news item or scenes from a movie or the lyrics of a song from being shared with the larger public, this is referred to as censorship. We call that censorship. So हम क्या बोलते हैं? This is called censorship. It means the powers that government has to disallow media from publishing or showing certain stories. So this is called censorship. This refers to the powers that government has to disallow media from publishing or showing certain stories. This is called censorship. So there have been periods in Indian history when the government censored the media. The worst of these was the emergency between 1975 to 1977. Yes, students, this is one of the activity. You will pretend that you are a journalist. Imagine you are a journalist for a newspaper and write a balanced story from the two news reports. Okay, this is for you. You will do this. So at page number 75 in your NCERT book, what does TV do to us and what can we do with TV? You will read this. So we can see while the government does continue to censor films, it does not really censor the media's coverage of news. Despite the balance of censorship by the government, most newspapers nowadays still fail to provide a balanced story. The reasons for this are complicated. Persons who research the media have said that this happens because business houses control the media. At times, it is in the interest of these businesses to focus on only one side of the story. Media's continual need for money and its links to advertising means that it becomes difficult for media to be reporting against people who give them advertisements. Media is thus no longer considered independent because of its close links to business. Besides the above here, whatever is told to you, whatever is taught to you, the media also tends to focus on a particular aspect of a story because they believe this makes the story interesting. Also, if they want to increase public support for an issue, they often do this by focusing on one side of a story. So, role of media in democracy you have learnt today. Then media ethics and accountability. The areas that are meant to such changes have been covered in the reports. However, at a number of places the media has fulfilled its responsibility. For example, many TV channels tend to focus related to the focus on stones related to the films, important celebrities and their lives. Some even present great details of the fashion shows conducted in the cities. At the same time, the burning issues of farmers committing their suicide goes unnoticed. Hardly 25% of the national news bulletins are about health, education, development, welfare, environment. Ideally, in a democracy, the media should shoulder responsibility for these things also. So, this is presentation by Mrs. Neelam Jain. Students, in the next video, you will learn about setting agendas, about local media. So today, students, you have learnt about introduction of media, media and technology, media and money, media and democracy. In the next video, you will learn about setting agendas. So till then, stay alert, stay healthy, mask yourself, take proper care. God bless all of us.